This past March, my wife and I went back to Korea to visit our family and see more of the country. This was my 7th trip to Korea, and each time I visit, I fall in love with the country again. From the food to the sights and friends and family, each visit is a wonderful experience. Please follow along as we explore more of Korea. There are many ways to get to Seoul, Korea from Vancouver, but we normally take the direct flight as it is already long enough at 11 hours. And with my limited vacation time, I want to maximize my time in Korea. I think for the tickets, we paid approximately $800 Canadian per person. The check-in process at YVR is easy, and we were able to get to our gate and in our seat. The plane was full as many people were returning to Korea during the spring break, but we got an aisle in the middle seat together. The plane that we ended up taking was the Boeing 787 Dreamliner. It is a nice new modern plane with more storage space and more comfy seats. I like the mood lighting in the plane and later the ability to change the window by pressing a button. The flight from Vancouver to Seoul is approximately 10 hours going that way and about 12 hours coming back. The food on the plane on Air Canada is pretty good for airplane food, especially on the flights that are going to Asia. In the case of we were going to Korea, we ended up with bulgogi as our first meal. One of the things I really liked about the meal was the fact that they included the pepper chili flakes, which we were able to put on top, which when you're flying at high altitudes really helps to accentuate the meal and make it more flavorful. The main airport for Seoul is located in Incheon, a location that's about 45 minutes by train from downtown Seoul. We collected our items from the overhead compartment and slowly made our way out of the airplane and into the airport to collect our items and go through customs. Incheon Airport is considered one of the top-ranked airports in the world due to the fact of the many amenities that are contained within, such as a skating rink, a movie theater, cultural shows, and many food and restaurant shopping opportunities. As you make your way through the airport, you must generally first make it onto a train that takes you from the terminal to the main terminal where the luggage is located and also customs and immigration is located. It is a fairly smooth process and doesn't take too long. Customs was fairly quick as the flight time when we arrived, not many other flights were there. As we waited for our luggage, it wasn't too bad. It was about 15 minutes to collect the items, and both of the suitcases came at the same time. After we collected our items, we went outside and met my wife's brother, who had parked nearby for us to load into the car and make our way into Seoul and to her family home. The interesting thing I noticed was the air quality. Seoul does have periods of adverse weather conditions which cause the air to be filled with not great air quality, as you can see in the video. After you make it out of the airport in Seoul, you must first go through the toll booth. The toll is about $6, and then you're onto the highway. As you make it through the highway, you have to cross a couple fairly long bridges and then go through some tunnels before we arrive in the town of Anyang, where my wife's family is located. Even though it is a suburb of Seoul, It is in some ways more dense and modern than many major cities in North America. Even in the smaller areas, you can find numerous cafes, restaurants, superstores, and places to eat. But I was most looking forward to was the meal that my mother-in-law had made, which is the perfect meal to enjoy after a long flight. After eating all this lovely food, I made my way to bed and looked forward to the following adventures that I had in Seoul.